Howdy, folks. This is Deputy, the Black Pants Legion.
And this is Tex, and our new special guest this evening, Functional Controller.
So far.
Functional Controller is our new special guest. Functional Controller, what do you have to say?
Hold on. Can you hear that click?
Oh man, that is some hard clicking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
I have downgraded from a DualShock 4 to a DualShock 3. And using a different program to get it to talk to Metal Gear Solid 2 GOG Edition. But it fucked around for quite a while, and it works. So
Mike has again, I think for the 30th time, offered use of his 8,000 emulators.
Well, yes.
However, I'm sure some purists would consider that cheating. I don't know.
So I do have the PS3 emulator, and it will play this game, but we're already so far into it. I don't want to.
That's fair. So here's the question: did the USB ports recover?
They did. So I did quite a bit of digging, and determined that my USB ports were cutting all power to themselves to protect themselves from whatever the fuck was going on.
Kojima. So your USB ports were like harakiri to get away from whatever that controller was insisting Kojima's cutscene was doing to your brain.
Yeah. They woke up to the fucking alien invasion, and were like, okay, I'm going back to sleep now, and went back into the sleep pod and aliens.
Oh man. Oh look.
We just got raided.
Yeah, by Venanda. I think I know who that is. That's somebody in the Battletech community, I think.
Oh, nice.
Well, I say hi to a lot of people in the community, and I actually sometimes will pop into their
I can
Twitch
just
streams.
fucking leave her ass? Nice.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's a lesson for all young males. You can just leave, but unfortunately, there are moral consequences. You should also not drag your date into the water. That is also of poor moral repute. It is not wise.
Oh, Jesus. Why can't I hold her hand now?
Why are you putting... You're like, I just want to hold hands as you put her in a fucking full Nelson? Yeah, I'm sure that is exactly what's going to go down in court. Yeah, I just want to hold hands. I just want to aggressively hold hands, he said. That's what's going to be in the court report, Deb. That's what they're going to say. Kojima is saying holding hands is hard. Full Nelson.
Nope.
A woman is not a cat, Deputy. You can't just put a box on and pretend to be someone else. It doesn't work like that.
Oh god, I forgot the controls.
I want to say that he just had a mental breakdown where he's had to like do some.
Anytime I get within a foot of the water, he's like, I gotta get in the water.
Does he have OCD? Do you think he has
Nope,
OCD? Like he has to go up and down the stairs 10 times?
Oh, there we go. It just didn't look like I was holding her hand.
Oh, so you're like, we must hold hands.
Yeah, so I'd hold her hand and then let go and punch her in the face and then choke her out a little bit.
I'm with Svar OS. I just holding hands before
Come
marriage
here,
is
female.
Holding hands before marriage is very lewd and presumptive. I cannot tell you that the number of women I have seen walking around unattended with ankles bared in the modern medium are both shocking and terrible. Why can we not all wear 3 waistcoats and have 2 top hats for our top hats, as it were in this heat, to galvanize us against the sin and depravity of the world?
Yes.
Harum! Harum!
This water flare. I think I go this way.
Instead of embracing, like, there's the casual anime lewdness enjoyer, and then there is the Chad neo-Victorian enthusiast. that is my submission. Is just like people like, oh, in this anime lewd, and you're like, a good sir would never see a woman as such a wastrel. Be gone from my sight. I will not gaze upon this sin.
I don't think he should be bleeding that profusely anymore. Like, he's been in the water for a couple hours.
He had high blood pressure. I know. People just say I'm a prude or whatever else, but it's like, I just don't get it. I'm from a different generation. I'm weird. But I just think it's kind of funny.
Oh.
Because when I was young and in a much more religious community, I would say that it was kind of funny discovering the internet for the first time because it was very academic. But a lot of people from similar backgrounds found their lives, shall I say, forever challenged by the things they did discover upon free and unrestricted access before ad blockers and site blockers were very common. It was a galvanizing time to be alive.
Yeah, no. The early internet was fucking weird, and it was wonderful in that weirdness.
It was just unrestricted in what you would find. You would just be like, I didn't know that fit in there. Like, that statement would apply to 800 things. You'd be like, wow, that car's in that house. Wow, that's in that person. Like, it would be the same thing. There would just be websites full of, like, light bulbs and fun places, wink, and it would just be a bunch of slow-loading pictures, and some would be hilarious. Some would not be so fun because they were x-rays. You know what I mean?
I'll drag you through the fucking bugs. I don't care. Alright, come on. So you can make them go away with the coolant spray, but fuck that. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Bugs, ew. You saw people get murdered. You saw people die.
We'll just hope that, you know, Hal's not looking at the camera.
Don't worry.
Drag his fucking sister in. Alright, 2 minutes in, and I'm 70% sure you aren't dragging a SeaWorld employee around a ruined whale exhibit against her will.
Let me explain.
Nope, wrong button.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I think SeaWorld disposes of its employees another way. I think they just, like, into the cage. You know what I mean? They're like, the whale hasn't eaten.
Yeah.
Tiffany quit last Thursday. She will not be bothering HR any longer.
Exactly.
Feed her to the whale. I mean, there's a lot of ants or cockroaches here, and I think that's kind of funny, because I'm wondering what they grease the floors with. Is it like Crisco, or...
Oh, you
What have
motherfucker.
Oh, no. It seems like he didn't fall for the pornography trick, Deb.
Oh yeah, your radio doesn't work. Alright, we gotta go.
She doesn't like the ants and bugs, the murder and violence, though. That's fine. That's fine. Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like, now, what is her problem? Why can't she walk? Is it because of the earlier piss pants, or what's the... I forgot in the 800 cutscenes. Can you catch me up? Why she no walk?
She got hit with a powerful sedative by Vamp, so that she was more of a pain in the ass to rescue.
Okay.
Canonically.
So like, this guy is just like, haha, I will carry around exact amounts of propofol and the tables to figure out how much is inconvenient.
Yes. And that, folks, is why you don't send two-man attack teams when you think somebody's picking your men off.
Yeah, no. I think what you need to do, like, all right, can we rate villain? Can we rate?
Come
like,
on, we're going. Yeah, wrong button.
Villain responses.
At this point, that's just the way I greet her.
Oh, just like, good day, madam.
Yep, just put her in a Nelson.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I mean, maybe she'll surprise you and just like shrimp out of it, but I don't know. She seems to be like a character that is there to make this part harder for no reason.
Oh yes, 100%. Nope. Well, he's gonna find like all the bodies. I left them all over there. Yeah, you should go check on that guy. Hold on, I'll help you.
I think the best thing you could have, I
Yeah.
think the best thing you could have in these bases would just be dogs. You know, if you're defending a place, it's like, oh no, a radio stopped responding. Which area? Open the cage. Release the hounds.
Come on. Nope, we need to come in here. Thank you. We're gonna hide in the monster closet for a second.
Oh, of course, the one where they just put machine guns on the walls for no
Yes,
reason.
M60s with
Yeah.
beta C-mags.
Yeah, you know, just I'm sitting there thinking, like, what is more reliable than the Beta C mag? When it fixed a what? Oh man, you know, we'll just put that in there and load it and just leave it. Just, you know, whatever. And surely it will work. It'll work. It'll work just fine. The first time and every round after it, they will all fire in succession. No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. We all know those things love being compressed for long amounts of time with no maintenance or specific lubricants to them. They're fine.
Absolutely no worries, friend. I don't know why you are so concerned.
If I was the armorer for this, like, they'd be like, call me up, and they'd be like, bring, and they're like, what weapon did you give me? Did you give me the suppress? I'd be like, this is a Smith & Wesson 586. It is a 357 Magnum. It will kill anything you shoot in the face with it. Shoot them in the face. That would be my briefing.
All right.
That's it. Like, that's it. They're like, what else do I get? Is the 357 Magnum insufficient? What else do you need? You have
Nobody
a knife.
lives. You know what I was thinking about earlier?
Do tell.
When I first saw this game, and I saw that they had, like, the creases where your ankle is in the boots, I was like, oh my god, this game is photorealistic. There's no way that, you know, graphics can improve from this level. Because this was, god, this was amazing at the time.
I remember the same thing, believe it or not, when I first saw my friend boot up on full settings when it came out, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, well, and this game
yeah.
is the same era. I mean, I think it's within like 9 months.
And
God, I'm really
yeah.
sorry. You're gonna have to just take me to court for all the DV. Please
You
don't
know,
let
I'm
this
just
be
one-
the Folly Bridge. Repaired it.
Yeah, they have bridge repair services. It's like Space Station 13.
Yeah,
there
yeah.
won't be atmosphere, but there will be like quite literally some guy fixing the floor.
You know, those do look like the kind of repairs you would find in Space Station 13 as well.
I really love some of the really ghetto repairs I saw once where there was a hole in the side of my office and the guy replaced it with a fax machine. It was funny because I was like, hey, my office is decompressed. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll get right on that. And I came back and there was a fax machine and a slow leak around the fax machine because he has literally welded it to the floor and the wall.
Nice.
But it's still leaking around it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he said, oh, right, no problem. And he grabbed some metal sheets and welded those to the fax machine. He's like, the wall is this now.
Where am I supposed to be taking her ass?
Well, this is probably pretty poor as a picnic or a first date, I'd say. Unless she's kind of into, like, rescue me from, like, shitty sorts of Bond villain stuff things. I mean, if she's into, like, Bond villain rescue, I guess that's a thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like, that's a role play thing. Like, there's the princess that wants to be rescued, and there's the Bond villain rescue, you know? And that's fun. That's different.
Not
The
answering
question
phone
is,
call.
the question is which Bond, though. That's really the deal breaker there.
Thank you. They texted that to me.
Wow. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they also get cell service out here. But no, I'm saying that bond villainy is a very specific thing. Like, if someone wants that kind of relationship, they have to be specific to which bond, you know?
Well, not
And
only that,
it's,
it's a very
yeah.
specific drip. Like,
Yeah, shit, dude. Those suits alone, are a fortune. And each is completely unique.
Mad Duck 42 says, "Listen, I can haul a tank of O2 behind me while I put out a floor in space.
What's wrong?
When I'm done on the subfloor, it's legally fixed and mostly breathable."
Yeah, no, that's generally how it is in Space Station 13. Is you're like, why is the janitor wearing a spacesuit? Because he hates people.
Ta-da!
What the?
Are you impressed?
I like how she can stand now.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what I mean. That shit's convenient. That shit's convenient.
Also, Raiden is a dick to Manic Pixie Dream Girls. He doesn't have a family. Nobody will miss him.
All right, let's see. What's a repair in Space Station 13? Someone asks. Oh, it's very simple. The repair in Space Station 13 is the subtle art of concealing damage. It's one of those things in Space Station 13 where people would go like, oh, well, what's the point of X or Y? Or what is repair? What is the best way or the most effective way is if half the room blows up, you downsize the remaining half and pretend it was always that size.
Yes.
That's how you run engineering. They're like, hey, my warehouse blew up. You're like, no, it didn't. And they're like, hey, my warehouse is half size. And you're like, fill in a build form and I'll get right on that. In PPQ, choose a server and have fun. I can't tell you where is best anymore. They're so different. There's so many. They each have their own draws. Just find and look around, and if it's not for you, try a different one. It's all okay.
Hey Leon, first time chat. Was this peak video game evolution? No, it wasn't. But it was really impressive at the time. I think 3 is the peak of the series, although
Question for you.
In
I
every
really
way.
like this one just because it's so batshit insane.
Can't say I like heights.
For
Yes,
me,
you
it's the
can
peak
chuck
of the
bodies
series
down
in
the
every
hole.
way.
Why?
Well, we have to go down a ladder.
How far down?
The key to Bond villainy kink is finding a bunch of folks whose kink is jumpsuits and hard
Little
hats.
is little.
Yes.
You know, that's actually a really good idea. It's like,
Do it?
you don't have to start a cult, but you could start a fake Bond thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're like, oh, what if we got together and said that this giant corn snake was the savior and had a UFO? Boring. Because that always with the same way. A bunch of people in quote summer camp sewing wallets for sale in the Catskills. Boring. What you need to do is something more interesting, which is to say, what if we got together and just like LARPed as a Bond villain in a base, just in a remote location? Like, you find an old mine and you redress the front of it as a set so it looks like the entrance to a facility. And you just have people coming and going. Like, you have a helicopter land and guys drag someone out of the helicopter with like they're all lashed together and held down and they're like writhing as they're pulled in and someone's like laughing and stuff. And you do all that and freak the locals out and then leave.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if you and all your droogs, with them all dressed as, extras from the intergalactic video, show up and take over Burger King for an hour and then leave?
I could
Come
do
for
that.
your Whopper, the king!
I could take over a Burger King for an hour. I could run a Burger King for an hour, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it like a short order diner, and I'm gonna run it like the cheeseburger fucking gag. Where I'm just gonna sit back there, and even though I have not smoked a cigarette in years, I would smoke a cigarette back there, have it hanging out of my mouth, and no matter what the fuck they said they wanted, I would pile up 3 or 4 cheeseburger patties on everything and just say cheeseburger. That is what they're getting for an hour.
Yep.
I think we would get good reviews.
No, what you do is you just pay all the employees $30 to fuck off for an hour.
Emma's gonna have to cross
and
alone.
all of the profits you just pocket.
There are soldiers in several
Oh, you mean
pods.
like pirate it? Like I'm gonna subcontract the prime out, and then I'll take the action for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
This spot gives me a good view of the target.
Oh my
Yeah, we're pretty much talking about the Guild of Calamitous Intent.
I'll
You're
get
right
the
on the money there,
pods before
Sunshine
my
Temple.
own.
Thanks.
Think you can
All right.
handle it?
Here's my
Yeah, I
question:
know the drill.
any piece of
I faced a
sci-fi
similar
technology,
situation in advanced mode level
any
4
piece
VR
of sci-fi
training with
technology,
PSG
you can
mod.
have it. It's yours. You can't leave it
Guess
on
it's
when you
better than
die. You
nothing.
can't take it apart.
Make sure you don't
You can't
hit
sell it.
Emma. Right now, with Arsenal's
But you can
boarding
have it, and it's in your
progress,
house.
Security should be at a minimum. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Given the situation, they probably got claymores in place.
Would have to
I
be
know
a
a lot of people-
replicator.
Security shortage.
I,
Make
I,
sure you
I'm
use
I'm
your
definitely gonna go
thermal
replicator. I
goggles.
know a lot of people are
Right.
gonna go holodeck
Okay,
because they're like,
I'm
I
heading
could
for
fuck all
Strike
sorts
E.
of things.
Emma, are you reading
And
me?
that's neat.
With the
But-
replicator, you could build yourself a holodeck.
How?
Sniper
Yeah,
fire.
like I'm thinking engineering wise, like, well, I could literally just be like, I need a pre-1928 NFA machine gun, please, and just, and there it is, and I'm like, amnesty register.
All right, get going.
They're like,
You'll be
why do you
fine.
have all of these rare machine guns? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, just
It'd
go
be fun.
find machine guns that are registered but have been confirmed destroyed, and there's your serial number. And if they, even if they like put it under a fucking,
Microscope, it's the same thing.
yeah, it is that weapon.
Well, that's what I mean. Is you could just make stuff as well. Like my gun collection. If I had a replicator, my gun collection wouldn't exist. I would just say, hey, can I get a blank blank with blank blank blank, and then go do that. It makes storage so much nicer. I wouldn't have like 8 shirts. I wouldn't have 0 shirts. Oh, I'd have the one I'm wearing.
Yeah,
You know.
and you just recycle
Yeah.
it when you're done.
Exactly. You don't have to clean shit. And replicator means no more grocery shopping. Exactly. And having fired a PSG one, I will say this. This is hilarious that you think this is what the scope looks like when you pull the trigger.
This isn't happening.
Was that a claymore?
E.
She fall down.
Replicator, holodeck, Earl Grey. Oh yeah, that's why they gave me the IR goggles so I can see the claymore. Because they're well known for giving off a heat signature.
Replicator, holodeck, Earl Grey, crushed by a spawn holodeck like a Gmod prop. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Here's what I think is
Oh Jesus.
one, if
fuck.
you had a replicator, one, your nutritional everything in life would be fine. Everything would be fine. Your nutrition would be fine. You would never worry about being overweight or iron deficient or anything, because you could just say like, give me nutritionally what I want, but it needs to look and taste like cake. And
Yeah.
ta-da, there it is. You could have a balanced
I
meal
need
that just
0
tastes like
calorie steaks.
Exactly. You could be like, I need 40 steaks that are filling, that are just 0 calories, that are just blubber. Whatever. You can have whatever you want. And that's the amazing thing of a holodeck. Nutritionally, you're perfectly fine. However, the other added part to the holodeck is, again, if you just wanted things to experiment with them, especially rarer things, like if you said, oh man, I think it'd be interesting to learn how to type on an 1890s typewriter, like they did when they wrote all of these interesting pieces of art. Well, I could just replicate one rather than having to go find and fight a hipster for one and pay a fortune for it and figure out what he did to fuck up all of the goddamn. Oh man, they're shooting her or something. That's not good for your
Yeah,
date.
I've got
And,
no idea where they even came from.
well, magic, sir, magic.
I guess they were all, comparing the size of their dicks on the far side of the fucking thing.
It's a full-time job. Full-time job for some people. Gotta be careful. As you know, a claymore mine, very dangerous.
Very
And
hot.
stealthy. Stealthy.
Stealthy and hot.
It's that hot stealth.
Do you imagine that though? Like, they'll only give me. Oh no. Okay, they'll give me normal bullets. You go to set your claymore and you're like, fuck! Ah, it's hot. Why?
that would be
Why,
ho-
God?
Why does it have a ripcord heat cord? It's like, cause it doesn't work when it's cold. Oh,
What's in here? Well, we run a heating element off a 12 volt. Why?
Alright, Thorax says, Knife Fight City presents Hot Stealth.
Yes, hot stealth.
You see, okay, all right. Let me say, okay, it's Hot Stealth, right? And the opening goes like, in a world where stealth is the measure of killing, and you see like people getting stabbed in the dark, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, there was a man who was different, and you see like a blowtorch fire up, and some disco music starts, you know? Because it's like disco action slasher sort of thing. And then Hot Stealth, and it's just like you see a guy with like a glowing knife, and they're like, it's the Hot Stealth, I never saw it coming, and then he just stabs him and you hear the sizzle, and they cut on the sizzle, and they're like, coming to a theater soon.
Clear. I've reached my sniping position on Strike B. I'll provide support fire from here.
Right. Do me a favor and take out whatever I miss.
Just call me when you want me to shoot.
Well, that's not at all helpful. Why would I want to? It's more buttons to call you to shoot things than to just shoot things. Is that
Ring,
him?
ring, 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 ring. Good day, sir. Would it terribly imposition you to strike at the target? Which? The target yonder. One moment. I will draw it to your attention. Never mind, the girl is dead. An imposition? My apologies, sir. My apologies. Ring, ring. I mean, what
Like,
is
what-
this? This is just as bad as all the sniper Overwatch missions in Max Payne.
Yes.
I hated those. Because all you heard was his dialogue, and he's like, all I could think about was how Mona wasn't gonna like being full of bullets. And then you hear that on repeat like 100 fucking times.
Yeah.
As Mona walks out and gets shot like fucking Sonny Corleone. And you're just like, please quit dying. Stay down, bullet hurt. Bullet no good and lady. Lady, stay down. And she's like, Max, help me. And then would just walk out and full of bullets every time. Like that, just magnet. Magnet, bullet, mouth. That was her job. And I was like, what is this character?
Okay. So I think that's Snake and not an enemy sniper. So we'll wait for the gazillion guards to show up on this tower now, since they've shown up on this tower twice.
I mean, she's just having a walk.
I'm running out of fucking opiates to take. Because
Don't worry about it.
There we go. God fucking damn it.
As we all know, when you deploy the bipod, scope drift happens in random intervals.
In random intervals and directions, yes.
That's the nominal sake of scope drift nowadays.
Uh-huh. On the PSG-1, a notably unstable platform to shoot with.
Yeah, very, very unstable. Incredibly light trigger, very finicky gun. Exceptionally nervous, like a racehorse.
Yeah. It's like a fucking squirrel in a cage.
Just constantly moving. Not at all like 500 pounds of steel.
God damn it.
Right, let's see.
Hold on.
Man, that's a lot of...
I'm gonna call him in for this one.
Oh yeah, please call him. See if he can do
I can't
something.
handle this
He is
alone.
Mr. Snipe.
First true word Raiden said today.
I'm going to show you how sniping should be handled. Take a good look. My sniping field will be limited to the area you're watching through your PSG-1 scope. Keep a good lookout on Emma's surroundings, even while I'm shooting, all right?
Sniping field? That sounds very technical, Snake. Could you explain what a sniping field is?
It would be nice.
What is the sniping field, Snake?
I will say that is a nice water effect for 2000.
It's a fantastic water effect for 2000.
You got to remember to take your thermal goggles off, otherwise this cutscene is in thermal.
Oh no. Oh look, he's back.
Yeah. I've only killed
Yep.
him 8 fucking times.
My World of Darkness original captor.
Crosshairs go on the target depth. Well, Jesus, do you see how he's fucking shaking? He's DTing. What the fuck?
Well, I'm gonna say this. 30 caliber rifle ought to solve a vampire.
You'd think so, right? I like how he just moves her just rhythmically. Oh, I just shot her.
Don't worry, she doesn't need to know that. He did it. He did it with his gun.
The screams were wonderful.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's had a rough day. I'll admit she's had a rough day. She'll be all right.
Oops.
Why'd you do that?
Nick, you were like 10 feet away. What the fuck?
Yeah. Snack.
I guess my USP's 9mm because it doesn't do that shit.
No. No. You've got the little you got the 40 short and weak one.
Yeah.
I remember when 40 Smith and Wesson caught on and people are just like, this is the next big thing, and I'm like, no, it's not. The cartridges always catch up. That's bullshit. Just
Why are you trying to kill Rasputin? Because he's a fucking dick. I hit him with a Stinger missile repeatedly. Also,
You know,
apparently, I'm too heavy, but Snake, Mr. Chad Buffbot over there, isn't gonna break the oil bridge to walk with her.
what I want is I want a hero in this that just looks like the character from Disco Elysium.
Stabbed! It's crazy, she's been stabbed.
Bringing her over there right now. Raiden, get that disc over here as soon as possible. I'm afraid her time's running out. I'll be there.
It's like they knew the controls for sniping were complete crap, and rather than fix them, they gave you an option to not do it.
Yep, that's correct. That's what they do.
God, he even runs like a fucking stripper.
How many strippers have you seen run, Deputy?
Oh, they're fast in heels, man. You gotta be careful.
Just confessions of law enforcement. Like, none of the nitty-gritty. Strippers are fast in heels, sir.
They are.
GW's defensive capabilities. All we need now is your disc.
Oh,
You better
man.
hurry. I don't think she's gonna make
Yeah,
it.
Thorax says, how many strippers have you chased
Just
exactly?
get over here. You'll find the coast is clear with everybody aboard Arsenal right now.
Understood.
There's been a couple. You know, they get some liquor into them, and you wind up with some batteries, and you gotta go find the suspect.
You know, I'm gonna say this. It takes a lot of leg strength to walk on stilettos. It takes a lot, right?
Mm-hmm. It takes a
So-
lot of leg strength to spin upside down on a pole in stilettos.
Yeah, I'm adding this up, and I'm seeing the layer cake of your problem when they're trying to run, because it's like trying to run from a circus performer.
Tactical stripper deployed. This woman in a G-string can go over 99 miles an hour.
I think that would be kind of fucking fun.
Yeah, no, they're running away, and you just hear clop, clop, clop like a horse sound effect.
Yeah, but they're actually making good speed.
Yeah. That's you also got to be careful. Oh fuck. Oh,
Discord
okay.
keeps kicking me out for sitting around, so don't worry. It does that. That's me. That's Discord doing that. What I was gonna say is, for everyone listening, if you ever wanted to join the BPL Auxiliary Discord, the public-facing one, it's this button, and you can go join that. It's pretty neat. You don't have to, but it's there, and yeah, it's one of the places on the internet that's kind of not political and not bullshitty. It's more just people hanging out and memeing. So if you want to get in on some of the bullshit like that which made the test card for this and many other shit posts, yeah, this fucking thing. I cannot tell you the amount of Let's Play of this where I have just been, I am afraid of Thorax just clipping Kojima bits out, like little rants from this Let's Play, because it's eating my soul.
No, this is good. We're having fun. We're having a good time.
Otacon, I have a problem. Someone stabbed the girl and it wasn't me.
Yeah, no, definitely she got stabbed by the big fuck-off murder knife and not shot by a 308 when I timed it wrong. Stabbed.
She was stabbed by some sort of 30 caliber knife. Don't worry, it's a through and through.
And they're like, what kind of knife was it? And it's like, H&K. I mean, I don't know.
Well, maybe it's a PTR. We don't know.
I think it's a 158 grain knife. Boat tail knife.
Really fucking fast. Don't worry about it, though.
Oh my god. I'm just saying, man. This is too weird. You've got so many bonkers things. You have the AK that has the insane rate of fire. It's basically just a firework.
Yeah.
Well, the AK's fire rate is a firework. It reminds me of like a sparkler. and you have everything that is just bonkers, goofy, no nonsense, no reason, just for whatever, you know, just whatever.
Knife had a full metal jacket.
Yeah, see, the MPC 2117 sitting here with its HK roller delay and Knife Fight City mac and cheese bowl, and I'm ready to slap. Sorry, not Knife Fight City, sorry, KFC. I realized, wait, Knife Fight, my brain automatically did that. I was like, wait, we don't make a mac and cheese bowl. Is this man making his own themed lunches? Because holy shit, that's amazing.
I would absolutely eat Knife Fight City themed chicken bowls.
No, you know that they'd be like, ah, yes, it stabs your taste buds, and it's like it may contain a knife.
So much MSG.
There are things you can do with food, but MSG is not good for them.
Yeah.
How do you make bad steak good? MSG, give it bath.
This bird reminds me of the grandma bird.
Oh god, Eldonius's bird is the most horrifying thing. Alright, so in the BPL, you may not know this, but in the BPL, there is Eldonius Rex. Eldonius Rex is a Legionnaire. He is also one of the art guys for Tech Talks Battletech, but his status as a Legionnaire is something he earned, like every Legionnaire. It's not just, you know, like, oh, he's the artist or whatever. It's literally like he's a line member. He hangs out, plays games and everything. It's not an honorific. So when he hangs out with us, he has this bird named Jasper. And this bird is a parrot, and it sits behind him. And you'll just be sitting there, and we'll all be sitting there talking. And just having a conversation about, oh, you know, the weather's like this, or oh, it's a little warm, or oh, did you see that happen with that guy? Oh, that's too bad. Just doing normal bitchy shit that we always do. And in the background, this bird just goes, Grandma! Grandma! Like, and it sounds like a child. And then it says, help me. Help me. And then it cries hysterically and then starts laughing.
Yes.
And so we're trying to figure out what this bird saw.
Is the virus upload complete?
What is it? Because Eldonius isn't the original owner.
Yeah.
I don't think Emma's made any mistakes. But
So we're just like, what does it mean? Like, did it see like a really fucked up episode of a show?
by the Patriots?
Will the virus still work?
Did this bird like see a murder?
Yeah, exactly. What the
We don't
fuck
know.
did that bird see? Nobody knows. Even
No one knows.
Eldonius doesn't know.
No, nobody knows. So everyone asks, what's the deal with the bird? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the deal with the bird is. And so the bird just does that. And then sometimes he'll put it on camera and it fucking Michigan J. Frogs his ass. And will
Yes.
say nothing. It will just stare. And Eldonia's fed at pizza.
It
The
seemed
bird
to
is
like
great,
it.
but no, the bird is great.
The virus doesn't work.
It will just sit there. It is weird. It'll walk around in the background while he's packaging t-shirts up or whatever, and it will just be like, "Can you not?" It will say weird stuff, and you're like, "What?" And we're trying to figure it out, and then we all look at it, and it just is nothing. When it'll say shit when he leaves the room, and then it will calm down when he comes back in. So he'll walk out of the room, and it just starts going Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Oh God.
To see you again.
I hate to be insensitive, but they didn't do the dab and smell test for a wound in the stomach, so they're kind of fucking amateurs.
You don't hate me?
Never.
I'm just saying it. For as much quote-unquote detail, they were like, just bundle it up. I'm like, that's a stab gut wound. You need to actually do the...
She's not a
test.
child, Bowser. She's legally 18.
Footsteps. I could be closer.
How would dabbing help here?
Just
How would dabbing help here? I don't know. In Space Station 13, I saw a guy come into medical, and he says, I cured the virus, and he did a dab and his arms came off, and he couldn't administer it, and so we all died.
Sorry.
So I know that doesn't help.
can I ask you
But I just... Do we have to do like a death poem? I could probably write one that was better
call me?
than whatever this is. I mean, it's just like, my God, it's full of stars. Please call me Emma. I am dying of being stabbed in the bowels, and you guys are not using any medical knowledge or anything
No,
from any
just
of your trauma.
Wrapped
Just-
it in a fucking tablecloth and called it good.
It's not leftovers. It's your intestines. If there's, you need to address things.
Emma?
It says it in the trauma handbook that's in the medical kit in the wall. If you open the medical kit, it's in there.
Well, and remember, Civil War soldiers laid on the battlefield for 5 days disemboweled, but Emma dies in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Usually you have to stab the liver for that to happen. In 5 to 10 minutes, the blood is very dark. So
The liver's
it's
not in the
one of-
middle.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, yeah, if it's a gut wound, it typically lasts forever. You can stabilize and stuff, but this is very like Hollywood one
Melodrama
stab.
triage.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, gut knife wounds can take some time. It's just one of those things like leave them dying in the gutter, not like make solace poses and long shots. And then
Oh,
just
it
go
says she had a weak stomach.
Because of the accident
like, horrible.
I had.
That's horrible. No, I just think it's funny, but still, like, wow.
She seduced me.
Ah, yes, it was coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering goat or something.
Yeah, it's the opposite of plot armor.
Father's death was no
Yeah,
mistake.
it's
He took his own life.
so
Yeah.
much sadness, so artistic.
It was my fault. All my fault.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, that's pretty good, Crispy. Is shit ton of daytime soaps and a war movie. That's exactly what this is. It's like fucking Korean soaps when I was over on the West Coast.
I saw a lot of Korean soaps, and I will say this: they're a lot better than the American ones.
They got balls.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna assume the knife was made out of the Chernobyl core. It's made out of the elephant's foot.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Very rare.
I s-
Elephant's foot Damascus steel.
That sounds like something he'd use, and they'd be like bullets, you know?
Yes.
And there would be some guy who was like Radiation Man who went out there and dragged it back, and his backstory is that like he got stung by bees in the mouth or something. I don't know. It's always like non sequitur's animal name gimmick.
Attention! Arsenal gear is ready for launch. Evacuate the upper levels immediately.
I mean, Kojima has talked about how much he loves and this is inspired by the guns of Navarone.
We have to get the hostages out. What about
Huh.
the camera repairs?
Done.
just have to take as many as we can.
My
I don't know which of his games are the Guns of Navarone, Dep, do you?
No?
won't be able
Because in the Guns of Navarone, there was,
The countdown shortly.
what was that word?
Personnel in the upper levels
A
head for the
plot.
evacuation area
There was that.
immediately.
There was like a central, probable existential threat that required a team to come together and to be resourceful to solve. This is a robot trapped in the basement. It's a basement robot that has a nuke on it. And I like, what's it run on? Does it run on gas? Like, do you have to like start up a Caterpillar engine? Like, how does it run? Is it a nuclear reactor that walks around?
We got other arrangements.
With the nuclear weapon on it?
Our ride out of here.
Yeah, like, are you dumb?
Have to fix that thing if the virus doesn't work.
Oh, Morgana says he watched the Google Translate version of the Guns of Navarone.
Oh, you know, that makes some sense, actually.
You mean I'd only get in your way?
Well, Otacon, you pissed yourself the last time somebody fired a gun in your vicinity, so yes.
Only you can save the hostages, Otacon. You with your backbone of steel, and your aptitude and strength, and devotion, and dedication to your craft. You with your superb intelligence and sublime wit, and your ability to see things through objectively, and to always choose wisely when it comes to harming others. You are empowered here, just as sure as you don't walk away from things you left unresolved.
Otacon got some, though. Never forget that. 1110 Asian Doc girlfriend. Yeah, fair.
Otacon.
If it's out of
Try to get
pity,
as many hostages
it's not
out as
worth
we
it.
can. It's a short flight to the shore, so don't worry about overloading the cam off.
Yeah, you guys are like fucking 30 feet from Manhattan Harbor. Like, make 2 trips.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Well, oh.
Yeah! The world's dumbest handshake. I love it.
I'm counting on you, Otacon.
It'd be funny if the door opened and Otacon died just right there, like Space Station 13 moment. Only you dead.
The original Metal Gear had a V10 diesel engine.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I miss you.
Though a deer, a female deer. Da, 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 da.
The bird was smushed in the hug. Dude, Snake's on the other side of that door. Like, he can absolutely hear you.
You and me, we're the same.
You should have shot that bird earlier.
I tried, and it alerted the guards.
Always.
Fucking collaborator.
Yeah, no, it was talking, and it would give away your position, so I tried to shoot it with the M9. Because, you know, the universal tranquilizer dose shouldn't kill it.
Somebody who
And it was like, motherfucker!
wrong.
And then it alerted the guards.
Wait to be loved.
Bowser says that Parrot now travels back in time and befriends an old man.
4 years ago,
Yes.
I realized that you
There's always a parrot, Mr. DeWitt.
you have to make it happen. I only wish
So I
I
haven't
knew that.
touched a controller in probably 20 minutes now.
I learned that I could.
It's all right. We can just sit here and talk about the fascination he has with cellular oil rig architecture and outriggers and how they're all
Yes.
connected by
Think he's gonna
catwalks.
be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tougher than he looks. Consider
Again,
it
he
done.
pissed himself the last time someone fired a gun in his
Wheels this
vicinity.
thing. You can come out now. A ninja? What the?
Arsenal's going to take off. We still need you to take care of a few things. This time, don't fail us.
Snake, what's this all about? Bedtime riding. I wouldn't do that.
That's why you don't holster with the suppressor.
I was on yours.
Damn it. You
Ready for some shut-eye?
Ah, yes, the non-lethal taser blade.
Kind of like in when we were playing Cyberpunk 2077, and we created that, non-lethal handgun that was like a 48,000 Magnum, and we shot a guy in the face with it, and it said it renders this non-lethal.
Yes.
Well, it just blew half the guy's face off and most of his torso off. And he was on the ground, and then I remember you told that you had to talk to the guy.
Yes.
And tell chat what happened, because I'm sad you weren't recording it, but it's one of the most amazing things.
Yeah, no. Blew like all of their limbs off and half their face off. But they were just unconscious because I had to talk to them after I defeated them. So they're laying face down on the ground with their head turned sideways, and half of their face is trying to talk, while the voice is like, "Ah, yes,
Jack,
you have
are
defeated
reading
me."
Do you want to save your mission data up to this point?
Yeah, it's like pieces of a human being going, I won't be so defeated next time. And it's
Yeah, like I
you're-
think they were still gesticulating with their dismembered hands. Like it was a good time.
I remember there was the one guy who did the animation of jumping
mission
back
data's been
until he
saved.
left. He just left. Like, he just went through the world. And then he was on the other side. Like the upside down. But he could swear and yell at me from there. But he couldn't hurt me.
Nice. Thank you for the subscribe, Super Kill Salad.
He's a non-existent operative from a non-existent organization.
And I finally fixed the alerts. Somebody finally told me they weren't showing up because I had them at the bottom, not the top of the stack.
Well, we learn by doing. And sometimes we have to be stupid.
Oh no, it's Dr. Octodoctopus.
Who is this guy? What's this guy's deal?
Well,
Why is that old man with the Twi'lek hair on the left dressed like Pancho Villa's attendant? Did the U.S. Army make that stupid suit for that guy? Is that why our MREs aren't that good?
Yes.
Is it because the money went to that guy's thing?
That man's suit, it went to the stencil specifically on his collar.
What's this guy's deal?
Well, he's the former president of the United States, and he's angry about that.
About being the president, or just in general?
I kind of think both.
Huh.
I never thought I'd see you again.
I do like the fucking latex squeaks when he closes his fist, too.
You don't remember.
That means, like, those gloves have got to be slippery. He'd be trying to pick up shit like paper clips, and they just squeak out of his fingers.
Yep. He is the super president and the super president's boy toy male wife. Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right. I mean, if that makes sense in Kojima's world, fine.
So
you
I
know,
can
you're allowed to-
summarize
yeah.
this in like 15 seconds for you if you actually want to know.
Please.
Okay, so that guy with the eye patch was a CIA operative in the Angola Civil War in Africa. Found this white kid, was like, I bet you're a great soldier, and made him a child soldier leading other child soldiers. He then got kidnapped by the Patriots, brainwashed, and sent on this mission just to fuck with eye patch dude.
You know, I thought there was something more complex there, but I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
I am really disappointed.
We'll use him like you suggested.
What about Dead Cell?
Ignore them.
It's my good hand.
Happening again?
Oh man.
He's here
Dr. Strangelove moments.
Are the instructions for the suit printed on the collar in the exact spot the wearer can't read them? Yes.
Yeah. Like, what is that suit for? What's it for?
Well,
What's
it's
purpose?
half Bane suit and half like, you know, liquid armor.
And it has.
Because he can scream and all of his muscles get big.
Okay. Steroids exist, sure.
The small boy unit implies the existence of the big boy unit. It does. And I'm going comfortable with that.
Perhaps I should be
Puppy.
to this kid.
Don't make
What do
me
you
get
want
the
from
big
me,
boy
huh?
unit out. You wouldn't like it. It's very tough. It's made of internet heroes.
It's so he can pick up stuff with his slippery gloves. Why is this guy wearing spurs? Because he's a cowboy fetishist and has been since the 60s. We see that happen in the next next game.
See, you're starting to think like I do. Movies.
At least he's having fun with his job. Oh yeah, no. He's one of my favorite characters in the series because he chews the scenery like he's William fucking Shatner.
He doesn't care what people think. He's like, I'm gonna be a cowboy.
Well, I was talking about Solidus, the eye patch guy, but yeah, Ocelot's pretty cool too.
No, I like Ocelot because he's just that thing of like, I'm gonna be a cowboy. And they're like, you can't. You're a Soviet agent. I want to be a cowboy. He doubled down. He just started wearing cowboy shit and he started shooting people who talk back. So, I mean, he became a cowboy.
Yeah.
That's what he did. I mean,
Foxy
he
Kiwi,
literally.
hello?
Well, think about it. There's that old saying, dress for the job you want, right?
Uh-huh.
I was sent to provide you
Well, there you go.
Support. Who sent you?
Zakin, yes. This is a good reason to make sure that your military advisor has probably been in the military and knows what he's advising on.
being held hostage by the Patriots. It all started 2 years ago.
Yeah,
when I
his
lost my
KGB
father
handler says,
during a
okay,
tent
fine,
crisis.
you're a cowboy.
My men and I had nowhere to go, so we joined forces with an
You are a cowboy, okay. You try very hard.
Like that, actually. I learned much later.
It's about living your dreams, and this severe-faced Russian lady.
All
It's
right.
like, I'm a ninja sometimes, but sometimes I just walk around in this stuff too, and that's what I do.
I have
All right.
drained my glass. I'm going to step away and I will be back before gameplay begins.
Yes, you will. I could probably step out and start barbecuing and be back. I could literally just step out and just start fucking barbecuing at this point. I mean,
What about Snake? I thought you were.
You know, Super Killer Salad, you're right. The Russians always shoot to American cowboy as their insult. It shows how jealous they are. Maybe that is the meme. They're like, I will be cowboy one day. One day I will have single action army and I will be rooting tooting cowboy. I will yippee and skippy and I will have many horses to ride and I will sing by the campfire and nothing will stop me. And they're like, no, you must be KGB agent forever. And he's like, no, I will be cowboy. And he was. He became a cowboy. I'm thinking Metal Gear Solid really is about a young kid who wanted to be a cowboy. Everything else is just boring now.
Oh, hey,
Let's
look
make
at
that
that.
the story. Oh, sorry. I came up with a completely different take on Metal Gear Solid. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah? Is it good?
It's more pleasing. It's more pleasing. It's way more pleasing. It's okay. Stalin was into cowboy movies, right?
Yeah.
He was into John Ford movies, believe it or not. Stalin loved westerns. He'd make everyone watch westerns all the fucking time. Hugely into westerns. So he would always see the western as an allegory. Like, oh, the cowboy with the white hat is the proletariat and all this other symbolism and blah blah blah. And he made people just watch westerns. He was obsessed with the iconography of the West, and he saw it as part of the Soviet struggle and an extension of the art form. I mean, he was nuts over it. Also killed a lot of people. So
Including many of the people he forced to watch the cowboy movies.
Indeed. He'd be like, all right, who's in my posse? Because you might be dead later. Anyways, so he does this, and then you think about, wait. So there's also the slang of calling Americans cowboys, what if the story of Metal Gear Solid is a young boy who wants to grow up to be a cowboy, and the choices and sacrifices he makes to make that happen?
Ah, okay.
No, even for Snake, it's impossible to completely destroy this thing.
And yeah, they did plot to have John Wayne killed. They were pretty invested in their cowboy movies. I mean, I love cowboy movies. I love westerns. There's a limit. There's like, would you kill over the man with no name? No. Nope.
Brace yourself.
There's no part of any cowboy movie where I go, God, that's terrible enough to like plot your spy agency to send someone after. There's a lot better uses of a spy agency, like figuring out what the Soviet Union's up to.
We gotta know. It could be anything.
No one's been there in a while. They might have moved all of our rocks. That's not good. I had a fan ask me if I ran for president. You know, like what would my platform be? And it would be defeat the Soviet Union.
Yeah. Jack, is it true?
And they'd be like, "What? I will invent a problem that requires us to invade the moon. That is my goal. That is the political goal of my office."
See, you want to kickstart for all mankind?
Correct. And I'm not saying against any other nation. I'm saying I will invent a nation on the moon to go to war with to get us up there.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is my goal. I will invent one. I will like go to the internet and be like, guys, what do we got for bullshit? Seriously. What do you got? Like, we need existential dread. And they're like, Nazis on the moon. And I'm like, no. They've done that. Boring. Come on. What do you got? I need something weird. And they're like, and they're like drawing up mocks of aliens and stuff. And you're like, ooh, that's scary. Yeah, let's do that.
Except that someone put a gun in my hand. And that's
yeah, co-op game where you play the Cobra unit from MGS3 could be really, really fun.
If I survived,
because each of them would play completely differently.
And had a bed to sleep in.
And that would be interesting. It actually would be.
But I'm not even sure of that.
Jack.
I'm not like Snake. I never questioned why we fought. There was no purpose, no way out. They give you a gun, you
see,
ask how many
that's the
to
thing.
kill.
You can have fun with the moon.
You were the one they shot instead.
You could have a lot of fun with the moon.
It's okay. No one is blaming you.
Well, I mean, I'm no psychiatrist, but he's blaming himself.
The kind with macho guys and big guns.
He is, and I don't think you should have like huge existential discussions like this.
While you're locked naked into the torture chair?
Yeah, you know, you would think you would want to expound, you know, your energies in such a position toward escaping or conserving your energies for a future escape attempt, rather than I need to call my girlfriend and confess things that will break me emotionally down prior to more torture. Wow.
But nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Have no problem with my past. Have secrets and agendas of their
I mean,
own.
I wish there was an option to play a hero in this game where you could just replace. Seriously, Raiden. I would like to replace Raiden with Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Just it don't matter. None of this matters.
Is Colonel Campbell playing the piano in the next room?
Probably. She's got her Spotify on. Like this is like her side dude, and she's like, oh no, that's so terrible.
Well, this would be Winamp, man. It's 2001.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You'd hear like AOL in the background, like
yeah. So she's like, pulled up her burned copy of Sad Concert Piano.
And she has to. She's also talking to a new boyfriend on AOL. She's just like, issues with the naked guy here.
After this conversation, I'm starting to see why they wanted to replace soldiers with giant robots.
You know, I'm thinking that would be great. Like, they're just like, oh, complex backstory or Murder Tron 9000.
All the Patriots, everyone needs to see this.
Yeah. Carl. All the Patriots. Everyone needs to see this. That would be so fucking great. Just Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force and all of these cutscenes. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, no, Tulane is not what you would want to to be eating for hallucinogenic properties. There's a lot cheaper and more effective methods.
Yeah,
Now-
toluene as feedstock is pretty bad.
If he'd said they fed us the gunpowder like we were fighting dogs because it would make us meaner, okay. Because that's something you do see in like fucking people that are breeding fighting dogs.
Yeah, and nitro, you know, and gunpowder is a
Vasodilator.
Thank you. I just my brain.
Yeah, you're
hit the
good.
wall. But yeah, so that has thing that is true. Like brown gunpowder. That's true. That stuff happens. But when they're like toluene,
I prefer my padded cuffs more.
ugh. Why did he have to escape from the Total Recall chair? Is my question.
They didn't have to.
That is the Total Recall chair.
You can put yourself back in there.
Carl, what happened to my SOCOM? Carl would be great. Carl
Oh yeah,
would
he
be
has
great.
shame. He won't
Yeah.
show us anything except, you know, when he does that.
I don't get like why this part is in the game. Like nudity.
This is a throwback to Metal Gear 1. This is the exact same room. They even used the same fucking shitty sprites on the can. And that is the same fucking table there. Nope, I
It's
guess
just
I can't
sad.
go in the shitter. Yeah. Nope.
Ro, are you listening? Says Raiden waxes everything. You know, I didn't notice that. I
body,
just assumed he
Brazilian.
was very, very pale. But thank you for pointing that out, and now I can't unsee it.
Maybe he got like, you know, a package on full body laser.
I've lost all my
How much does that even cost? Because that sounds expensive. Like you're paying someone to use a laser on your shit. That's not cheap.
Especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or
Like I saw a guy get a tattoo removed with a laser. He's like, it's not that bad, and then he was screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
It was bad. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna use that laser, dial it back a bit, and there's no hair. I'm like, yeah, but does it like destroy sweat glands and shit? Like, what else does it do? It's a fucking laser.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
No more questions.
This is
No more
my
questions.
favorite part of the game.
Is it really? Is it really?
It's just ridiculous.
Send additional personnel.
No, don't send additional personnel. Oh,
You know
God.
what? Do send additional personnel and just run at them, arms bared, and just see what they're made of. You know what I mean? See if they're paid enough to fight a naked guy. That's my question. Are you paid enough to fight a naked guy? That's my question, because I'm willing to bet the answer is no. So it's that's what you do. If they wanna fight a naked guy, fight a naked guy. That's what you do. That's the rules.
Yeah.
You know, just be weird. If they're like, my God, you're like, yeah, guess what? Are you willing to fight a naked guy? Nope. I don't think they are. I think they're not willing to fight a naked guy at all.
Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure.
Also, I think a lady would probably have an easier time with this than a dude would, just because they'd be like, oh, I'm lost or whatever, and the average dude Sentry would be like, oh, let me help, and then she'd break his fucking neck. But with a dude, he'd be like, oh, I'm lost. They're like, you're not supposed to be here. They will shoot you. They will shoot you in the face.
To the east, it was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me. And when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it. Even my patience had.
Well, it seems like he's having a bad day at work.
Staying up to you any can just go home.
Man, that was embarrassing for everyone involved.
Yeah, it was. I just like if I saw that happen to my guys on a thing and some guy like scissored 8 people in the face.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? Let's say that this didn't happen, and I don't need to report it to anybody.
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this.
You know,
thing up
just
to you
let it
any
happen.
longer. I'll do
Oh
the
no,
right
all of
thing.
these are wonderful.
Just
We're going to be answering all the cell calls in the middle of this gunfight.
Stevie Las Vegas says Raiden died as he lived, naked and surrounded by a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this character is, just because I couldn't even assign this character any form of gender or personality. There's just nothing to it. It's like a paper doll. That's what Raiden reminds me of. It's just a character that's like a Ken doll. There's nothing to it. And all the veneers of character just seem applied like a rubber stamp, you know?
No! Why would you turn around?
Well, now it's time to die.
Your dick.
Yeah, Big Bean
Nope.
said he had enough time to make a quesadilla during that cutscene. Like he, I think that's gonna be the hallmark of our playthroughs of all the Kojima games. Okay.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be when a cutscene starts. I want to see people seriously go through and see what they can get away with in between cutscenes. I want to see you guys see what you can get away with while cutscenes are going. See if you can get up and do something. I think that would be great.
I'm going to have to clean guns or something during Metal Gear Solid 4. Because there's just so much. I'm murdered.
I do not know what I could honestly do through Metal Gear Solid 4 because I watched
Beast
a friend
mode
of
is
mine
to
play
smoke
it.
a brisket?
Yeah, I would say in Metal Gear Solid 4, you could probably smoke a brisket.
It's a new one?
Even my
Nope. Yeah, no, I can't steal their guns and I can't steal their clothes because both are,
Well, NPC, I don't know if you give them the stiff chicken or beating them with a bishop would work on this. I mean, I think that might do more damage than just using a gun. Long term, I mean. But
if not physical, then psychological damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say like these guys are done with being a guard after that.
level 13.
It'd be funny if like when you did the sound thing, instead of knocking, you know, with the sound thing, since you are naked running around, it'd just be funny if it was just a loud fart, you know, just a loud fart, and the guard's like, "Oh, what was that noise?"
Mind me. Nope, you didn't see me. You did not see me.
He did, kinda.
He did.
Kinda. Just keep running. Just do your best. Just stand there.
I need to see what that guy's path is up here.
The clapping of my cheeks is alerting the guards.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear it's amazing.
Okay, yeah, we've heard that one. I need scissors, Harry Carey, 61.
All right, let's see. Let's see. We are using the GOG version.
Yes,
believe
this
it or not.
is the GOG version.
The cursed one.
You are going to shit your pants when that works.
Your mission is to infiltrate the fortress Gallowade, rescue the hostages, and neutralize Metal Gear before its assembly is complete.
Sounds like clapping must be the wind.
Wouldn't it be funny if this tunnel he was running through was actually like the Death Star firing tunnel? You just look down one way and it just wipes you out.
The final weapon, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Okay,
Metal
hold
Gear.
on. Diggs said that we are ADHD, depression, chatty, and casual playthrough. Those are his tags.
Depression, huh? Alright, I'll own that one.
Yeah,
Chatty. Yeah, sometimes.
they call him the streak.
ADHD, that's not me. Is that you?
I'm not. No. I've
Alright.
got other diagnoses, but not that one.
Alright. I was gonna say, I got a ladling of PTSD. You could put that in there. It's like,
Yeah.
afraid of loud
Water
noises.
break.
Huh.
I woke up dehydrated as fuck, so I've already been through 2 glasses.
2 glasses of water a week?
Well,
That's a
no.
lot.
This is like a 24-ounce tumbler.
A 24-ounce tumbler, huh?
And a stretch. I.E. Geth claims the ADHD, if that helps.
I owe you an
Alright, that's fine. I
What
just
mic
need
are
to
you
know what
using,
labels
Mr.
I need
Tex?
to wear.
I'm the one who saw.
Well, because my voice is deep, quiet, and fucked up, this is an Electro Voice RE20, which is designed for bass drums. That's why it sounds like this.
I'm on a blue snowball on a very large wooden desk, which is why I've got echo.
by the Patriots.
Yeah, no, I sound like I smoked a bunch of cigarettes my whole life, so I have a very quiet microphone that helps pick up my deep voice. And so I can be like, if I try to project it, I can sit here and talk to you, brought to you by Broma Seltzer, blah, 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 blah. And that's how these really nice microphones that are designed with very limited kind of like bassy feel. You can use them to do all sorts of things. If your voice box isn't fucked up, I can only do it for little bits of time. But these old-timey or pretty beefy microphones are kind of fun because you can just be like, brought to you by Broma Seltzer, Owl's Spark Plugs. This just in, the commies invade Florida. And you can just, they're fun for that. They sound great.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented
Some people are
myself
into
to
that,
suit
right?
your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I move, things I talk
Oh
about.
yeah, like,
You say you
well,
love the
I
color
did
of my
radio
hair,
back
my
in community
eyes.
college, and we
They're
used to
not
get
even
very
real.
in trouble for doing mid-Atlantic radio advert because they were like,
lying
make
to
it sound
the
flat,
phone.
make it sound flat.
was
What
my
they mean is
job.
don't have an
Great
accent.
performance. Had me
And so
completely fooled.
my
What I
response to
really
that
wanted
was
for you
just
to see
to
the real me.
largely
It
do
hurt
it
to play out
anyways.
this-
So
this
I would read the
artificial
weather or whatever with
romance.
that accent
It
and
was
do it as
worse to lie to
quickly as
myself
I
than to you.
could. As
The more love
quickly
you
as I
gave me,
could.
the
So
more it
they'd be
hurt.
like, this is a
Because I knew
30-second
the
read at the
person
top
you
of the
loved
hour. I'd
was
like
just
try
a
to squeeze it out in
character.
10
So
in one breath, like a
officially, I'm
1950s radio guy.
It was just a
So
game.
the idea is, if you want to do it like the 1950s radio guy, you get your deep few breaths first, you do the whole fucking thing in one take and end it with the song you start and click it over before you breathe. And it's fucking hilarious because it sounds insane. Oh, it's great.
I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't
Broma Seltzer, the only seltzer with bromide.
right now. In a
Brought
sense,
to you by Pharmacom, the makers of cancer and napalm. But yeah, it's fun to do stuff like that. But I'm not a voice
But
actor.
I did fall
It's
in
like
love with you. That wasn't an
I
act.
can do a
you
few.
expect me to believe that?
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do that, especially when you have radio, because you can just start reading insanity, and people will go, "What is this?" They'll just assume it's an ad. You know, they'll be like, "What is this? Why? What is this?"
Rose, what's going on?
It makes them think it's real. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Also in radio, you can't put on a Texas accent because it sounds hilarious.
Snake.
It's very, very, very weird when you put on a Texas accent radio, like a proper one, because it sounds like you're calling from another century.
Where's my gear?
Right over there.
Why is he still naked?
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Everything you had when you were captured is still there.
Well, you see, all of the clothes are ID tagged so that he can't use them. Nano
I
machines.
can't wear your underwear.
Yeah, like the first guy, I would walk up behind him, I would Nelson him like I was doing to, you know, Otacon's sister. And then I'd like put on his pants.
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't
How
know
can
what
you
Saul
tell?
is planning, but we'll have
How's
to
the
deal with it
bandana
one way or
blowing?
another.
That's a good
There's
question.
Also a troop of production model rays ahead.
He's standing in front of the ventilation duct just to make it happen.
25?
Yeah.
He's just
Can't say
standing there
I've
going.
faced a metal rig before, but I think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can.
He's having
because
a
we have
moment.
no other choice.
Yeah.
How?
And yeah, you know, they
stocked
need
up
to
on
talk to
super
each other
missiles.
because
Yeah,
animating,
we'll
I
go into
guess,
this video.
parts of them is better than animating all of them, or cheaper, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking knife fight's gonna be so shitty in this game.
Knife Fight City.
I'm not a
We're
big
gonna
fan
do it
of
on
playing
top of Federal Hall in New York.
And Ogawa, you're right. Raiden has very heavy breathing.
Yeah.
Move the right thumbstick up and down to make a
All right,
vertical
so as
slice,
you know,
and left
a
and right to
katana
slice
is
parallel
probably one
to
of the
ground.
strongest weapons ever made. Folded literally
Move the thumbstick
once,
in a circle to
and
do a
it
rotating
is
cut.
made of the strongest metal we found at Sears.
Click the thumbstick to lunge and strike.
Yeah, this is mall knife store fucking katana once you see this thing.
You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
There's always some like fucking mall store, and it's always named something like the Trade of Blades, or the Prince of Blades, or the King of Blades, and they've always got like a bunch of pewter statues with crystals and dragons, and then they have some various books on magic.
Oh
spelled
fuck! I
with a
never realized
K.
you could do this in first person.
Wow, mountain bladed. And then there's always swords and knives, and they're like, ah, yes, you want the Nasil blade or whatever, and you're like, that I saw that in Sky Mall for half that price, and they're like, they discontinued it.
So, the lethal option is to use the edged side. The non-lethal is to just beat people with the back of the blade.
Come on, time to go.
Buy one katana, get a wakizashi free.
Got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
I've seen some pretty shit steel swords before.
Wait up, Snake.
I saw a guy who talked about, you know, like all the
Snake,
benefits of
have you
swords and
ever
stuff and
enjoyed
all
killing
that,
someone?
and you know, just
What are you talking about?
stuff, and
I'm not
it
sure.
mentioned a lot
Sometimes
about,
it's
you know,
hard to tell
grades
the
of
difference
steel
between
and
reality
this
and
and
a
that,
game.
and
Diminish
I
sense of reality,
took a
huh?
30
We are
caliber
training
rifle I
people.
had, and I put a
No,
round in it,
it
and
was
I put a
field
hole through
training
that
when I was a
steel,
kid.
and I was like,
I
that's
lied,
why I like
Snake.
guns,
I have more field experience than I can remember.
it seems more
It's
practical,
not
you know,
VR that's doing this to me.
because I don't have to go all the way over
We
there
don't
to
carry
katana
guns
the
to take
guy
people down.
if I need to,
We're not
you
here
know,
to
like
help
I don't
some
have to get up.
politician either.
You can say that because
Just
you're
simple.
a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible
I mean, at this
mistake.
point, why not just have a
That doesn't
chainsaw?
mean a whole lot. I
Yeah.
was just a name to exploit, just like you.
People will remember.
I mean, that
only
would be
the good
cooler.
part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder, not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake, starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
I mean, you know, it's like, I think sword versus gun is pretty practical. Sword is really cool,
Something to
though,
believe in and find it for yourself.
you know?
And when you do, pass it on.
And I'm thinking in the military,
Believe in what?
with all the guns and gun technology,
Come on.
I think that guns would probably be the smarter thing to use.
Yeah.
Well, with all the training you do with guns.
Oh, here we go. Back to.
I mean, hold on. You were in the Navy. What was your sword training in the Navy?
How's everything on your end? But there is something.
Well, we had this guy on the ship who was very into Japanese things. You could call him a weeaboo. I once watched him hit himself with a broomstick trying to practice something. I think it was kendo.
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
And that's it.
Thanks.
So you watched a guy do kendo with a broomstick because he was a weeb. That's your sword training in the Navy, right?
Oh, well, no, there was also drill and ceremony sword training. Which, yes, I was fairly proficient at. Why?
Right,
how would that even work inside a moving...
Don't fall behind.
You snake.
I mean, I'm just wondering, because, like, okay, I knew some Marines that were like, well, the sword, and I was like, do you do anything with it? And then they would show me the drill stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not a weapon, then. That's a flag.
To be fair, though, you know, were I a Marine, I would have, you know, Marine NCO or officer, I would have absolutely tried to do shit with that sword that I shouldn't have.
Give us an example.
Like, mount it to the fucking dash of the Humvee and pull it out anytime you needed to.
I see what you mean. You would have just had it, like, in a thing and be like, ah, yes, the sword. Shing!
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think if you want to have badass in the military, right? I think here's how it should work. I think, all right, let's tackle a few problems at once. Because I think that's being smart, yes? I was reading that there was an enduring issue with physical fitness standards in the United States military. They were saying it's just not enough people are in shape to meet our requirements, and more people are having to get preparation to go to basic training than ever before, than normally would just go to basic training, right?
Yeah.
So, what if we just made it benefits in the military? So, like, if you were minimal basic training, you could have a knife. But if you, like, really pushed yourself hard and did really well and all your stuff, you could get, like, a wakizashi, right? Right. And then, like, if you're, like, fucking swole as shit and Team America and doing all the things you should and doing well in your classes, then you get to, like, have a sword. But if you become, like, the super soldier, everything perfect, peak of physical condition, you get, like, a giant two-handed sword that has, like, founding fathers engraved on it and shit. Like, you get the sword.
Yeah.
We just make it based on performance. I think that would really make people in the military like, oh yeah, we got a guy who's got a fucking Tonto. And you're like, oh yeah, in my unit, we got a guy with a real katana. And they're like, holy shit.
They killed Snake? I didn't think that was possible. Weaponized the whole canned gloves? Hell yeah, brother.
Those are called power fists in 40K.
Yes, they do give swords to... I just hit Snake. To the public health service, their uniformed service, which most people don't realize.
They're the guys who look like Captain Stubing, and yeah, they do have swords and stuff. If you ever want to see crazy though,
they also have a real problem with their people buying Navy uniforms because they're cheaper and better made,
which is sad. Now, here's my idea, and this is just my fucking amusing idea. not the smartest one.
Okay.
But if you ever want to see uniforms that make you go, why? I would invite you to look upon the uniforms of the Sanitation General of the city of New York.
Yes. They've got nicer uniforms than I do.
He looks like the admiral of a third world nation.
Press up against it. We gotta look tactical. God, Raiden, you're such a fuckwit.
I just don't get, like, I think it's funny. I think it's really funny that you have these sorts of really, really bizarre tactical observations in this game. And then you have digital floor and this armor and stuff fighting the robot.
There we go. It's the ass that saved a nation.
Da-na-na.
You want to be left behind?
I don't even know what happened to those guys on top of the bridge.
One time in Space Station 13, Pablo created a cult. And it wasn't a cult that was dangerous. It was actually a really good cult. It was on VG Station.
Gotcha.
And on VG Station, you can eat and become so morbidly obese your clothes burst off you, like,
yes.
and you can barely walk around and stuff. So what Pablo was doing was he was forcing people to run on treadmills to generate power, or he would shock them. And he was screaming and called it the Cult of the Swolly Bible.
Okay.
And it was really effective. So, like, you had all these people who were, like, ripped going around bullying people and yelling at them until they got in shape. And then when they were in shape, they were converted.
Yeah.
So
and they would then go bully as well.
Exactly. So the whole station became like gym bro people. So, like, people were going around like, bro, what is that? Is that protein? And they're slapping out of their hand and shit. And they're like, give me 20 and stuff. And, like, yelling at them. It was really funny. It was like a good cult, but it'd be like, oh, my God. Everyone's telling us we have to eat kale and work out all the time.
Oh, you won't give me any more ammo now?
Raiden, about this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
The phone calls were coming from inside the house.
Coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point. It's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The colonel probably isn't GW.
You've been talking to a robot, just like one of my animates.
Your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The colonel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy.
Can I say this? I've not been listening to the stream with volume because I'd hear myself. But I will posit this. Kojima's action is a lot more interesting if you play the soundtrack to Flash Gordon by Queen. The random flipping around and shooting and violence to Queen's battle theme for Flash Gordon makes it a lot more reasonable. I'm just dead serious.
I will say that line. It's your call. You can drop this if you want to. Makes an excellent phone call.
It's a trap.
You know,
Rose!
what's the term?
Get a grip.
Ringtone.
Snake.
It's a trap. Since the colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Yeah, you're right. The person who duped me could be lying.
Really
Wow.
The colonel is something that I partly
Anyways, Hawkman died.
her could be.
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the colonel never existed.
That was one of the worst times we had in Eve, was when I was the FC and they were like, are we fighting or are we running? And I just played the battle theme from Flash Gordon and people were like, oh God. Nothing like giving the go order and then hearing the 8 other FCs rotate that order out through their translators in all of their divisions. And they're like, and you just hear all the swearing in all the languages. It's beautiful.
Impetuous boy?
You have to sword fight him.
I blocked that asshole.
Parry this, casual.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this does go well with the Flash Gordon music. It makes as much sense as everything else. When in doubt, oh no. Just use everything. Let it loose. Eat some beans.
Oh, yeah. Gotta think about them beans.
Yeah.
As like a 9-year-old, I thought that I had actually failed this, and I exited like so many times. Oh fuck! I just shot Snake.
And when I was God, I was in high school.
Right, catch.
When you played this, or when it came out?
When it came out.
Right, take the item.
Man, look at all them hexes.
Everybody knows that hexes are the future.
You know, it was a thing that in that Deus Ex Human Revolution, like, they cybered his face, right?
Yeah.
Why has it got hexes in it? I was like, you missed a spot. Fill it in. So how many goons they got?
I think that was all of them. But wait, there's more.
Honeycomb futurism. Boo. Who's this Oh yeah, her.
Is Metal Gear Solid 2 actually a GURPS game? Yes.
It's been a long wait.
So here's my question. Where the fuck was she for the last forever?
I don't know.
2 years ago.
Like, what you been doing?
That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them.
I'd be like, ma'am, who?
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Ma'am, can you, like, not wear a swimsuit to a war zone, please? We just had someone die earlier today from being lightly stabbed.
Yep.
Could you, yeah, like, oh god.
Her texture has boobs, but her model doesn't. Yeah.
Looks like I'm today's pick.
She was out getting more tanning spray.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
also
like, what
very
the fuck?
cold in here. Yes, it is.
She has cokehead abs. Yeah.
You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
That's a hell of a line. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
Bullets can't get near her.
All right.
There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
And you should have said something, Tex, because I could have streamed this in the channel too.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I didn't kill your father.
What brand AR does he have? There's a little X right there in front of the trigger guard.
Don't worry about it.
It's like an arrow precision.
I think that this is slab side, the AR for people who don't have good machines. Slab side, because rulers.
Oh, and here we are. We're literally in the VR level stage. Because at this point, Raiden is delusional. He's just like in a bathroom closet.
He's just
Foaming
banging out
at the
on
mouth.
heroin.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend goes to another school.
That is not true.
Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake.
Yeah, no, Raiden is completely delusional at this point from being a video game character that knows he's in a video game.
You know, I would change the music just to make this more interesting. I'd use
There
like
is no music, it's like ambience.
Well, I know. I would change it to like Sha La La by the Vinga Boys for this.
Big Bean
Just
is
so you can
back
run
with
around.
more quesadillas.
Oh God.
So, Depp, how many Raidens have you been called to drag out of gas station bathrooms?
Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke before the mission.
My girl, sword fight robots.
As bait.
Yeah, so they went with Solidus because I will be honest, it sounds pretty metal. But it is the state of matter is something freezes, but isn't quite fully solid.
You know, I'm gonna say this for Raiden's background and his song. They want it to sound hard and terrible.
Oh yeah.
But it's conveyed with such whimsical sadness and misapplication of serious motif and themes. It's like House of the Rising Sun played by a kazoo.
Yes.
And just sit there and you stare at it. And you go, why is this a narrative that people celebrate? Why are there T-posing robots? Why is Dr. Octopus only got 2 arms and a big deal? Why hasn't he shot him in the face?
Hi, Dad. Yeah, Solidus is cooler than Slushy or Sockwood Snake, and it's cooler than Gaseous Snake.
And I'm sure he's fucking fast, but he's not 872 feet per second fast. Alright, now it's time to fight T-posing robot gang.
Fuck, I timed it wrong.
My God,
should be the last missile to learn. No.
My God, these things are the future of warfare, Deputy.
Yes.
Look how devastating they are.
God damn it.
There's no limit to what terror they are capable of.
You know, getting soft locked into the getting your ass kicked animation, it's just more pain on top of pain. It's like rubbing lemon juice in a burn.
The Marines built these en masse.
Well, the Marines built one of them. The Patriot stole it. And then mass built these copies, which are AI controlled. God damn it. Yep. These missiles are notably useful in the anti-personnel role. There we go.
Very much so. Well, it's gonna be a process.
Oh, I forget what difficulty level this is, because on European Extreme you have to fight 25 of these. On Easy you have to fight 3.
Wow.
I think I just chose normal, so this should be 9.
All right. I mean, it'd be nice to have an Atlas come in here and beat these things like they owed them money. They're like, oh, look, a robot that fires an SRM-6 every 8 feet. Oh, is it funny? And then just autocannon 20 gone. Like sandblasting a soup cracker.
Yeah, yeah.
The secret is to build the robots out of not crap.
There we go. Now they should stop the fucking missile spam. Because knee missiles instead.
Well, you know, the knee missiles are very important. In that Boba Fett show, he had knee missiles.
Yeah.
He used them a lot.
Okay, so that one's fucking off. Yep, and now another one jumps up.
These things suck.
Yeah, they're pretty shitty. Like, this looks like a GM product. A modern one.
I just imagine, in all honesty, this thing there. And they're like,
who the fuck built this?
General Dynamics presents Chicken Murder. And you're like, well, what's it do? It's got lasers and wing guns, and it can walk around. And you're like, can it go upstairs? And they all look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no. Why would you ask for that?
So like how they do the cold breath thing. That's nice.
Yeah, I like how they take turns. I think that's fantastic.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Hitting me with a knee missile when I least expect it. Also notice it's bleeding red blood now. It didn't used to do that.
Well, you know, I was telling you this thing, man. Machines and people, they're not so different. They're made of moving parts. You better get some beans.
I don't have any.
Uh-oh. Have we reached a beanless age?
Well, normally, one pops up in the middle there that you can get. But when Jackass is standing on it, it won't respawn.
Ah, that's a you problem then.
Yeah. Fuck you, asshole, launching fucking missiles at me? I also like how they've got different colored lights.
Must be nice to see them.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry.
It's alright. It doesn't take away from they're all crap.
They are all crap, but the one on the right is green, the one on the left is yellow, and the one in the middle is blue. Just little lights that are their eye. Yeah, it's the famous 40 Missile Stinger magazine. Indeed. I was getting greedy there, trying to get a second missile out.
This is 3 Metal Gears. It's 3 Metal Gears. The game lied. It's not 2 Metal Gears, there's 3.
They are solid, though.
They're very solid.
Right, come in. Right.
Would rather take 25 Phoenix Hawk Lambs over this thing. Yeah, knee than head does much better damage, but... God, it is such a pain in the ass to fucking time, so I was trying to... do this the different way. There we go.
It's not bad.
Fuck all threes he is.
There you go. Pow! Right in the kisser. It's like these AIs were written by a bunch of dummies. Call Dapper, they all gotta see this. Seriously, I think that would be the best character. Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, it would be pretty good. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Hit me with the water cannon. Where did it get its water? Nobody knows. That one's done. Hey, you. Fuck you.
The poor robots are all named Ray.
Yeah, it's a shitty name. You're not the one I expected to jump up here. Look at me as being means to the Metal Gears.
Hey, Tony, you know what we should do is we should go down there with them chicken robots. We ought to just beat them up and see what they do. Bring your Stinger missile. We'll pack a lunch. It'll be great. Just go down there and slap them around. It'll be no big deal.
Raiden, are you all right?
There's Japanese chicken robots walking around down at the pier. Let's just shoot them.
We need to build a series of large military robots, and at least one can only exist as an NFT.
We need to build a series of large military robots that could be defeated with a kitchen tray put under one of its feet.
Truly a stealth game.
Imagine if that was a weapon you could get. You could get a kitchen tray you could throw under its feet, and it would just slip, fall down, and die.
Yeah. Well, Jesus, yeah, no, it looks like it's got fucking Ed 209's feet, the way it prances around.
It needs Heelys.
It does.
At this point.
I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right, so let's discuss this robot for an instant and how much we hate it. It T-poses. It has missiles that accomplish 0, so it's the MechWarrior Online missile time. It has like a breath ray like D&D. I mean, like, name an off-the-shelf weapon system present in this robot that you can recognize. I'll wait. I mean, I hate to say this, but if I had a forklift with a 155mm artillery shell on the fork, I think it would be more dangerous than this robot. Offensively. Period. Like, seriously, I just think you could have, like, a pallet of Looney Tunes explosives on a forklift. Way more deadly weapon system than this is. It's like, what do you do? Drive forward. Then what? Well, when the crate hits him, you pull that ripcord. I mean, the robot's offensive, but not in a good way.
Yeah, it's offensive. Why am I not equipping it? Oh, wrong fucking missile launcher. Fuck me. It's offensive in the same way that the Mark 23 SOCOM is.
No, that has a purpose. It's offensive in the way the Presto hot dogger is. It's a name and a thing that fulfills 0 purpose.
There we go. There's my opportunity.
You know, I had somebody tell me, a fan tell me, they said that all Marines are the same. And I was like, yes. And this one other person said, except for the women. I was like, no, they're all the same Unga Dunga. It doesn't matter. They will just eat crayons and dig holes. That's all they know how to do. They're the same tribe. Yeah, I mean, Flying Gavo says we gotta stop insulting the hot dogger. It's a perfectly usable fuse box.
At least once I'm knocked down the once, the rest of the missiles don't fucking kill me.
Yeah, why are they screaming like golden eagles?
Well, actually, is it like golden eagles, or is it more of a falcon? Because eagles don't make very...
Well, they use the red-tail hawk sound.
Yeah.
That's the default.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I
it's
got
been
my
bleeding.
ration.
This thing is cursed as shit.
Yeah, it bleeds fucking rust red.
It's not good.
Fuck
By the way,
you,
there's the
asshole.
auxiliary for anyone who wants to join the greater auxiliary Escort.
Really, my stinger just collided with the knee missile. That's something that can happen. Fuck you, asshole.
Whoa, that was good.
Get off my fucking platform. Do I not have any bandages? There we go. I've only got one can of beans left.
Oh, man. It's hard to eat them beans. Gotta eat them beans under pressure.
Fuck you guys.
These things are terribly designed.
Oh yeah, they're
just
awful.
designed by... It's just they're designed by very sad people who don't like robots.
Damn it.
Like, I think it would be more fun to just have fun robots. These aren't even fun.
No, they're not. I see you back there trying to fucking missiles on me again.
The reason they're calling missiles bullets is because the budget changed, and they were like, we have no we have no money in the budget for missiles. And they're like, well, what if we called them bullets or projectiles? And they're like, oh yeah, just bill them as that. That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah, those anti-personnel knee heat seekers. They're what gets me.
Yeah, you know, man-seeking knee missiles are a new technology.
God damn it. Do I need to crouch? How do I avoid those? Does anybody know? Or is this...
Does anyone know? Is there a special method? Is it called get good? Is that what people are gonna say?
Yeah,
Are people
probably.
just gonna tell us that? Are they gonna say get good, old man?
Yeah, no wonder they lean on the cutscene so much if this is gameplay. Remember,
Yeah,
this is a stealth mission.
This is tactical espionage action. Chaff grenades.
Oh, chaff?
Let's
God,
try.
I don't have very many of those.
I'll try them. Better cartwheel to victory, brother.
Fuck all of you.
Shoot missiles in the face.
They're launching it once now? I pissed them off. I threw them off their tempo.
Oh no.
fucking Stinger missile. So it locks you into that first-person mode if it's equipped.
Respond.
Oh no.
Yeah, so if you get knocked down while you've got it, you stand up and you're stuck. You can't walk. You're stuck in first-person tank turret
Gameplay.
mode.
Content. You know what we should do? Let's try that chav.
Yeah. I've got 11 of those.
Let's see what happens. How dumb are these things?
Well, so those... Oh.
They don't know where you are.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to fucking restart my Twitch to get it kicked off of the trying to reconnect symbol. So I didn't know we were back.
Yeah. We're very smart.
Stealth.
Stealth. You know what I challenge you to? What I think we could do on one of these Mondays that I think would be fun?
What?
Is just try. Just try to see how good we can rob a bank in Payday. I mean, you're a cop.
Yeah. Now I've done Payday like once, so that's
The
probably
tactics are
enough.
sound. I mean, I'm sure you know the basics of what not to do.
Oh yeah. No, we're golden.
Hey, you think you could take the directional microphone and put it on them and hear the missiles as they're coming at you? I bet that's Kojima.
Yeah.
I bet that's modeled because Kojima.
So you wouldn't know because you don't have the sound, but this is very noisy and there's tons of bleeps and bloops that are trying to tell you that missiles are coming or aren't coming. Alright, so yeah, that one's fucking off. You should fuck off too. You should fuck off too. Fuck you.
Nice. What if your girlfriend called you this whole time, and if you didn't have the conversation with her while you were doing it, she would break up with you?
Okay, that's just not fair. Hit me with missiles and the fucking machine gun all at once.
Oh, they want you dead now. I mean, they're not playing. You made their big robots look dumb, and they're very upset.
Yeah, clearly. Okay, that one's fucking off.
This is a lot of fucking robots. You think they'd make some other models that had, like, not the same weapons and weaknesses?
Yeah. But you'd be wrong.
again, if you trained a robot, if you trained a DARPA robot to program a forklift and drive toward his face with the forts, way more dangerous than this.
Probably.
Way more dangerous. I think more people have died in this universe to forklifts than Metal Gear.
Hey, we almost died to forklift.
Yeah.
Stop fucking protecting your arm with your face with your arm, you dick. So he should be fucking off. Reminds me I forgot the chaff grenade.
And you gotta eat your beans.
Yep.
You gotta eat your beans, otherwise you can't grow up big and strong. You're just gonna continue to be weird. That might happen either way. I mean,
Oh yeah, always weird. The
just keep
fart,
shooting missiles at
the fart sound always gets me. I don't know why.
It is great. It is great.
Because we've got this.
Chaff reminded.
We've got this really serious shit going on, and it's like, is it worth it? Can I get it?
Get the beans. We will create the greatest
go.
weapon inspired by the deadliest animal alive.
So
the
12.
penguin.
I had to beat 12. Because they're in series of 10. And that was B2 that I killed.
Ah.
Okay, so since you can't hear it, we're getting a lot of like metal screeching noise. And Eye Patch Daddy is narrating a little bit in the background, but we can't really hear him.
Alright.
There was a whip noise right there for some reason. Like a bullwhip noise. Eye Patch Daddy is angry that Femboy Dommy Mommy showed up.
Hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you?
This is suicide!
It's no use is a Sonic 06 quote. Oh god.
They're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die,
Alright, there's like some real experimental jazz in the background that's just like rim taps from the drum. With a little bit of violin.
And they all died trusting you. Weren't they your comrades?
no, not just comrades, family.
What are you gonna do with that Makarov, lady?
I know I'm going to help, but at least
This is sort of a hallucination. Gal's got them Ross Perot ears.
Wow. That's a good observation.
Is it the progenitor? I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Very helpful, Raiden. Thank you. Man, he's just so helpful back there while she's getting choked. Eye Patch Daddy's spinning his P90 for some reason. Look out for the chest snake, Snake. Ugh. No, the chicken robots were not her family. It was all of the Russians I murdered. And then he murdered. And then Snake murdered. And then I murdered again.
Yeah, Dr. Octopus.
Yeah. Dr. Bostopus. Because he looks like Big Boss. The Russian has been sat down. Who got it worse, the Russians or the SEALs? I don't know, there was a lot of blood with the SEALs. They didn't just die, they died
They had to
painfully.
fight a World of Darkness character.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, I showed up in the wrong video game. Oh, no, the lights just turned red, and now they're squeaking and making an alarm noise. That's how you know they're broken. Coincidentally, the virus didn't break them until after I'd already beaten the requisite number. to get this cutscene. Doc Ock meets Anastasia's fucked.
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the...
That's what hacking looks like, right?
I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
Yeah, generally, I'm sure.
What have you been up to?
It's too late.
Metal Gear goes Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yeah, but I think they are like products of the same year or two. Because Neon Genesis is early 2000s, right? It's not 90s. It's like Ghost in the Shell's 90s. I don't know enough anime stuff to actually answer any of these questions, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is frankly my anime.
I'm just watching this unfold and being like, this past a whole bunch of people sitting around going, yep.
Yeah. You, right there you had a bunch of ricochet noises. Explosive P90 through armor that a Stinger couldn't really dent. Okay, hold on. Who has their error screen say access denied?
Damn the Patriots.
A little bit of his hair's come out of his man bun. That's how you know he's serious now. He got
My
that
name
Stargate
is Dart
P90.
Edgington.
Was it mid-90s?
5.7 by 28. Did I fire 1 or 800? I lost count in all this bullshit.
Bring him in.
Alright, so we're gonna beat this game this time. I wasn't sure if we would. I expected to have to try more often on the giant robot fight. Where's Alfred Molina when you need him? Yeah, we'll save. So that means 2 weeks from now we can start on the 3rd game.
Yay!
Yeah, no, I know the original MGS was 98 and this one was 2001. I wasn't sure where Evangelion fell. Because I've never frankly watched it. I just know it through cultural osmosis.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Choke me harder, Daddy.
I mean, is this what he's like? I have
Yes,
truth wand.
This is a choking mini game. Yes.
All right.
Round 2.
You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him.
Come on, I wasn't done yet.
Answers from.
Just start playing Mojo Nixon while he starts choking you, and you're like, "Woo, woo!" And he's like, "Oh."
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Yeah, he's tired. He's done.
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic
interesting thing I just
Seizing
noticed
Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
is that Ray is painted in the Marines colors, like the one that was stolen. All the ones I just fought were black with just numbers on the legs.
Well, I mean, money.
They were planning to extend their control to digital information.
I wonder if that is the original Metal Gear Ray that was stolen, or if they just forgot a expert. The stripper combat suit, it's just what she does, man.
Including that list of the highest 12 members.
Is she a drow with rounded ears? Eh.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one. While we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
If you like Mojo Nixon, look up Hayes Carl. He's got some interesting stuff. I would suggest K-Mag Yo-Yo. It's a song about a guy who gets hit in a firefight in Afghanistan and has a trip on the morphine.
Our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
Purified hydrogen?
Mm-hmm.
It's better than that dirty hydrogen I get down at the grocery store. I like my purified, free-range, conflict-free hydrogen.
Yeah, non-GMO.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to reduce soldiers on par
Discount down slightly dirty hydrogen bomb. Dirty nuke emporium.
The VR training the boy was put through.
You want a nuke? I got a dirty nuke.
You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
Dun dun dun.
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting
The courier wandered the wasteland for hundreds of years.
Arranged for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story,
Yeah, 2, 4, and 5 are the confusing ones. Metal Gear 3 is pretty straightforward. Metal Gear Solid 1.
3 has a plot. It has a beginning and an ending.
Mm-hmm. He was trying to go way out into the weeds on the introduction of digital media into our everyday lives and a whole bunch of other shit here, and it gets really weird. He's saying pertinent stuff if you can parse it out. Later on here, they have a discussion about parasocial relationships in the age of the internet. That was kind of prescient for 2001. Yeah,
there's good things he hints, but it's like Wagner: good minutes, bad hours.
Yes, yes.
Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses.
Yeah, so the plot here is that they wanted to see if they could build another Solid Snake, since Solid Snake went off the grid. So they put this little white boy through a very similar scenario to see if they could build him into the Ultimate Soldier too.
The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for
Like all the shots
I-
centered on her crotch. Yes,
I
confessions of a
planned
ladder
it.
maker.
I planned it all along. Every last thing in the plot. It's convenient.
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
He shot her in the boob?
Yes.
That's what you get.
Yes, a U.S. Navy SEAL latex one piece. I'd wear one if they made them.
It wasn't magic.
Yeah, it'd be like, wear armor.
Mumbo jumbo certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your Dead Cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No.
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get
The saxophone, it is nice.
I'm just sitting here staring like cutscenes.
Yes. Oh,
Cutscenes.
they keep going.
Thought I got her in the heart.
Cutscenes. Cutscenes.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural, only cutting-edge technology.
Those didn't look like 5.7.
No.
You put your hands on your hips and bring your knees in tight.
That is the dumbest attack ever.
Oh,
That is just dumb.
use
Like, why was that
grenades.
added in? Why?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, Doc Ock tentacles shoot missiles, but only for this, and I believe the boss battle coming after this.
Now that I have enough
I don't even get it. I don't understand it.
retrieve Arsenal.
Yeah, no, this is where it breaks down. Yeah, don't worry, it does get dumber. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Yes.
Wow.
The man is the robot chicken. Like, why did you wait until this point, Snake? You've got so much metal shit on the back of that. You could pick that really easy. Handcuffs have a single pull.
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
Why does he care?
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has.
I'm sitting here waiting for it, like, I'd be like, just kill me. I don't want to hear anymore. Just shoot me. Just shoot me. Just shoot me. Just blow my brains all over the ground.
So wait,
I don't want to hear
why
anymore.
didn't Ray use that against me? Why were they using the missiles? Because cluster munitions seems a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. They're cluster missiles. That makes sense. Gotta get that javelin-style top-down attack.
What the? Impossible.
And there's the ones it was using on me. They're making this really nice pinging noise. I wish you could hear it, Tex, because you would love the sound effect.
No.
It's pretty cold out here, too, it turns out. Yeah, it was like a slide whistle ricochet.
Wow.
It might have been a DBZ sound effect. I'm sure they got it from a sound effect house for both the show and this.
I can see my family again.
That sounds like cheap Chinese fireworks.
I'm just sitting there watching this.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember the last robot was really dumb?
Wasn't he cuffed in back before?
Don't worry about it. Look, remember that last robot was really dumb? Like a really dumb robot?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Really, really dumb? What if we brought out another one? Just the same as the last one that failed.
No, well, no, it's not the same, because this one's pilotable. Last ones were controlled by AI.
Man.
Ah, here comes Liquid to come chew the scenery some.
Cool, let's change multiple characters. Thank you, Dostoevsky. I could use 400 more characters today.
Was Raiden cuffed in the front? Okay. Liquid Armitis. Is he having a strong? Yes.
Brothers! Liquid! I've been waiting for this!
I like how his, like, fucking arm gets swollen when it gets taken over. That can't be normal. Hey, you should have a doctor look at that.
If one arm is suddenly bigger than the other, please seek medical attention.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at that fucking hand.
I call it the strong arm.
It was you 2 years ago? Exactly. I was controlling him.
That arm is swollen. Yes. It's my fapping arm. That is also expensive in shirts. Yeah. Especially, those look like really nice, like, Western-style dress shirts. Those are not cheap. Oh, and the suit jacket, too.
How many cutscenes can we have?
We still got, I think, 2 more before the boss battle.
I'm gonna get a beverage.
Bad text. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a beverage. Hey,
Now's the
remember,
time.
if you're going out there and flipping brisket, just wait. You know, I mean, yeah, 20 more. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll get a snack as he continues to have tentacle laser fight or whatever. You know, I mean, holy shit.
He didn't choose Ocelot as his host. Ocelot put his arm on so that he could be taken over.
Yeah, he seems like a forward-thinking guy. I'll be back.
See, that was a good line. Do you like surfing? It's a good way to go. Yeah, Liquid's voice actor, if you've ever seen any of his YouTube stuff, is fucking awesome. He's a cool guy. It's just so fucking hammy. Yes, Cam Clark, thank you. I couldn't remember his name. Because him and David Hayter do a bunch of stuff together, just leaning into it. Who plays Cam Clark, though? It's a good question. And then John Segan is Solidus. He does a really good job as well. Nolan North probably plays Cam Clark. Yeah, or just Jennifer Hale. If it's a game that lets you switch. So for those of you that don't know, there's a missing cutscene in here where Arsenal smashes into New York. This was pre 9/11, but it was released post 9/11. So, yeah, there was a scene where the trade towers were knocked over by Arsenal coming in, where it lands here in Lower Manhattan, and they took that out because this was released in October 2001. Yes, original Leonardo and the 84 Turtles.
Do you know what day it is today?
Yeah, it's so this game is supposed to be set in 2008.
That's right.
And I believe it's 2014 where he starts to be able to like pick up Metal Gear Ray.
Well, have we gotten to a part where it's another movie?
Yes. Yeah, we're getting B-roll of Federal Hall.
Ah, good.
If you guys have never been to Federal Hall, it's actually a pretty interesting place to visit.
This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
This is where it was supposed to begin, where they would develop the new flavors of 7-Up.
Well, no, it's John Segan who voices Solidus. He does a kick-ass job.
What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunity.
Oh yeah, here's where we learn that we were actually the bad guys in this game. Solidus was trying to free the country from the Patriots, and we are instruments of their control. Oops. Yeah, I'm sure it was a lot nicer to visit before 9/11. What are you drinking, Tex?
I am drinking the choice of nerds everywhere, Diet Coke.
Ah, okay. I thought you were gonna say like Sierra Mist, Fresca.
No, simple.
That's really all I can stand anymore is stuff like that, because it's been 2.5 years now since I've had any real soda. Coke just tastes like complete ass. It tastes like somebody mixed sugar into feces. Hey, Nietzsche. Yeah.
Wow.
No villain would have shoulder tentacles. No, he is the antagonist, but he is not the villain. He is an anti-hero in this story.
From parent to child. It extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other
Man, this guy just goes on.
Oh, he does.
On.
I want to know how much that armored codpiece cost. Or the molded in abs on the suit.
Oh, a lot.
Like an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history.
So since he couldn't free the country, now he's going to try and free New York and just use that as a base to invade the rest of America.
And liberate us all.
That sounds like an interesting plan.
We will become the Sons of Liberty.
Roll credits.
All right, so he parked his ship like downtown.
Yeah.
The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with.
That's the sort of armor you get for free dumpster diving behind a few movie studios. Nah, they don't throw that shit away, man. They auction it off. They make a lot of money auctioning props off to people that like the movie. Death is spooky, so I built a big robot. Solidus. Yes.
A base of evolution.
He's just making up words. Yeah, you can look up Exxon and Intron. I don't have time, frankly.
I'm just sitting here staring off into space. Helping remember this gas. Exxon, you heard it.
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans
Yes, the people controlling America are an AI who grew from the primordial soup of everybody that has ever lived in the White
As a
House.
result, the evolutionary log of the human
Yes,
race
this is why Kojima needs somebody to, like an editor. He needs an editor to go, no, Kojima, that's a bad idea.
If you sat there with just modest editing tools, and just cut some of these ideas, by a little bit.
Guys, I'm gonna skip this because we are pushing up on Squish's time, and I want to beat the game, or at least let you guys
Just
see
beat
the
the
boss
shit
battle.
out of this. Look, blah, blah,
So if
blah,
you want to
robots
see
good,
these-
robots bad.
If you want to see these, Jesus fucking Christ. You can find them on YouTube. It's worth a watch once, but we don't have the time. We've been at this for 3 hours. Yeah, I don't want to be mean to Squish. We need to get moving. Yeah, S3 system. It means that we're censoring people. It doesn't mean we're building Solid Snake. We lied to Ocelot. Yep. S3 again. Your girlfriend's not real, but she also is real.
Don't worry, your girlfriend goes to another school, robot boss. The Bionic Babe supported, hit the Discord link so everyone knows where we are. Let's kill the fake president on top of Federal Hall because he doesn't understand how war works. Here we go! 3 world wars!
Yeah.
Just drill him with a 45 and end it, brother.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
I'm
do
your
this.
surrogate father. Now we gotta fight.
That's what I mean. Is it's just like your girlfriend goes to another school, fight Dr. Octopus with a sword on Federal Hall. There's no cops for some reason. Go. Well, that's crap. I didn't know you'd have to fight Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Let's do this.
Like I said, this fucking boss fight's going to suck.
It will not suck. It will be very fun.
Yeah, this looks fun, doesn't it?
It looks so fun. My favorite boss fights are when the boss can spaghetti me around the map with no problem.
Yeah, remember, you've only got a melee weapon, but you've got to get up close to him, and he's got attacks that prevent you from doing that, and jet roller skates.
Oh yeah, he has to have that. He has to have the jet roller skates for him to be believable bad guy. He has to be able to run on surfaces you can't.
Yeah.
And of course he has to be able to spaghetti you around with his Diablo 2 character stuff. Oh, and missiles! I forgot, he still has those.
Yeah. Have we damaged his health at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
The Katana. The finest weapon made by man.
This thrilling gameplay is the final boss battle.
The whole 8,000 cutscenes were just wasting time for this epic throwdown, this contest of wills of Skates and Octopus Missile Man. Actually, I respect Octopus more than this.
No. Please stop
So
choking
I'm wondering,
me, Daddy.
do you think that you're just fighting a bunch of Kojima's DMPCs that he came up with?
Almost certainly.
All right. I was wondering.
Please just let me hit you. Man, I really wish there was more than just the joystick for an attack.
You know, I wish there was a lot more to life in many ways, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just for once, I would like something I've seen in a movie to happen to me. And I don't mean like finding money. I mean like a pie on a windowsill, and you go, wow, a pie on a windowsill. And someone goes, would you like some? Rather than, who the fuck are you? And hands off my pie.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit I was lost at the time. But a pie on a windowsill is supposed to be a peaceful encounter.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck. So we might
can't
beat
you-
him, we might not.
It's alright.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh no.
Yep. He makes a shitting face, and he ejects his arms.
Okay.
But now he's
I'm-
faster.
All right. What technology are we seeing other than bullshitonium?
Oh, did my controller just die?
Your controller just died. Oh my god, that is beautiful.
That might be the way we end this. Yep. Oh,
The
nope,
ox is calling
it's come
death.
back.
It's come back. Oh, just in time. Excellent. Are
Yep,
there any
there we
rations
go.
left?
No.
Oh my god, that is.
So you know what? That's how we'll end it. Because
Yeah, that
we
sounds
got
safe.
12 minutes before Quish is supposed to be on. So
It's well done, us.
yes,
Well done.
the ox was calling. Yeah, if you want to see the end, fucking cutscenes, they are interesting, sort of.
I think we should just start the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna be back in 2 weeks with Metal Gear Solid 3.
That sounds good.
So we'll do that. That actually runs really well on the PS3 emulator. And then after that, Metal Gear Solid 4, which runs like absolute dog shit on the PS3 emulator. We might do Peace Walker between the two of them. Because I've never played it.
I've seen Peace Walker played, and I died laughing more than once. So
Okay.
sure.
Cool. Yeah, that's a plan then.
All right,
you guys
we gotta do all of it.
Yeah. You guys have an excellent night, and we'll catch y'all later.
Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.